channel. Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it, man?
Welcome everyone to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment and channel where two worlds collide. I am your host, Plaz, and this is my co-host.
Mr. J. What's going on, guys? We're back. We got another one for you. Well, it's a redo of an old one that we've done for you in the past. Nevertheless, if you enjoy these videos or this content, go in the section below, like, comment, subscribe, and share.
So we're going to put this video out, obviously, on November 1st. And why would I even think that? Why put it on November 1st? You might be asking yourself. Well, that's because me and my boy, Mr. J, have been doing this for 2 years. That's right. At this particular point in time, while this video is recorded and been put out, we have been 2 years at the No Pressure channel, and we are just completely grateful, humbled by everybody who has joined us, subscribed to our channel, became a part of our team, became a part of our family. Thank you guys so much. Much love. 2 years, baby.
That's it.
So we wanted to do something with a rematch because obviously, and you guys probably don't know this because you're thinking, well, isn't the first episode something else? Yes, but our very, very first episode that me and Mr. J ever done, where it became our official episode to start everything, pretty much this whole channel, was this episode, which was Batman versus Wolverine.
Yeah. Pretty much the entire way or reason the beatdown was made was off of this particular conversation that we had.
Yeah, and it was putting my favorite character against his favorite character. And we decided this time we're going to do a rematch because it has been such a long time since we put these two together. And we thought since it's our 2-year anniversary, we do something a little more different, you know?
That and the characters themselves have changed dramatically over time, as well as a lot of people disagreeing with both of our points of view.
Yeah, that's true. And so now we're just going to bring you another, and obviously we're not going to do the same argument, just so we're clear. We're doing a rematch. We're not doing the same argument. Okay, so let me start things off by saying I'll be representing DC Comics Batman. Do a super brief origin story, okay? So, Bruce is one day coming out of the theater with his parents in an alley. His parents get mugged. They get killed, gunned down in front of him. Bruce witnesses it. It changes his life forever. He decides to become the Cape Crusader, the Dark Knight himself, Batman, to do justice for his city, Gotham City. And that's the super brief origin story of Batman, aka Bruce Wayne. Isn't that crazy? Right. I didn't know I could do that. I was honestly going to do it. Yeah, right? All right. Now, let's get into the powers, abilities, and feats, shall we? Peak human physical strength, bench press is about 1,000 pounds. Genius level intellect, weapons masters, martial arts master, peak human condition. Batman struck Orion, who is the new god for talking smack. Okay? You don't smack a new god. Okay? If you're a human, nobody smacks somebody who is way more powerful than you. Now, he did it though. He smacked them. Okay? He was like, I don't care. All right, with one punch, knocked out Guy Gardner, who is the Green Lantern, with just one punch, okay? Because he was mad that he was going to become the leader of the Justice League, and he's like, why aren't the leader? And then Batman just went, bam! That's why. All right, Batman took a beating from a version of Martian Manhunter. Batman defeated Superman to prove he could. He painted his place, this is so crazy. He painted his place yellow and himself just to keep Green Lantern from using his power ring. Okay. I
heard about that.
That was wild.
Dude. That was like the most petty thing I've ever heard.
I've never thought I was like, wow, that is some petty stuff right there. All right, so let's I'm not gonna get into
how petty Batman is.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into his weapons, okay? Because his weapons are not going to be enough against someone with an adamantium claw. Okay, maybe they can create some diversions, but I'm going to get into the real weapons, the ones that really bring Batman to the A game. Okay, his bat suits. All right, so you got the exo frame power suit. It's a Superman Buster. Okay, the Superman Buster alone is a pretty tough armor or bat suit to have in your corner. The Stealth Suit is able to hide around Superman senses, so I do believe it can hide around against Wolverine senses. All right, Batman's Thrasher Suit was created to withstand extreme climates, temperatures, and enemies. Hellbat Armor, capable of taking down Darkseid himself. Batman's Justice Buster Suit took out Wonder Woman that counteracts her lasso, Flash's speed. He calculated through a supercomputer and created a slippery substance to stop him in his track. Aquaman is some sort of substance that is something out of a Blob movie and miniaturized sunbeams to hit Superman and his lungs with it. Okay, Batman's final suit, this incredible power mind-altering sunbox armor. Okay, Batman used the combined power of Metron's Mobius chair and Element X to create the Sunbox armor suit, also known as the final Batsuit. Other than the obvious protection against harm, this giant suit was designed to alter minds on a cellular level. Okay, he can change your evil side to a good side. This suit, that's kind of power, that capability is phenomenal. All right, so let's see here. This suit also has properties allowing it to adapt to many of the attacks the Justice League threw at it. That's all his everything from that bat suit. That's gonna be a heavy hitter. So, all right, so let's get into the end game. So if I'm gonna go old school gadgets, the old school gadgets, like I said, do create diversions. You could use the plastic explosive to break down a building. Grappling hook to drag Wolverine to the proper spot so he can crush him down with it, but it's only going to create diversion. It's going to create temporary setback, not really going to do the damage it needs to do. But let's get realistic. Batman, I didn't give Batman credit for his fighting skills as much as I should have in the last episode I did with him. Wolverine is a vicious warrior himself, but Batman, again, has learned every martial arts skill known to man. So I do believe that whatever Wolverine does decide to attack him or throw him with a blow with that claw, that Batman will be able to counter maneuver before he can even get to him. And he's on peak physical human condition to speed. On top of that, he has the ability to bench press 1,000 pounds. I do believe that he could counter Wolverine's claw to make him stab himself back with the adamantium and then hit him with that. There is that possibility. I do believe Batman is that skilled enough to counter maneuver Wolverine's tactics, no matter what Wolverine tries to throw as far as claw attack moves. You know, that's just my opinion. All right, to make these other points, I'm gonna probably have to read these other three, but let's talk about the Exo Frame suit. It's able to take on Superman. Something that could take on Superman is gonna be able to take on Wolverine. Okay, it's got super speed, it's got super strength. I mean, Wolverine is an impressive character. He's pretty strong, he's pretty crazy, and he's got the adamantium claws. But something that could have super strength is going to be able to grab his hands before he can do anything about it. He can even probably bend his hands to go put it back in there. It's a piece of the equipment that could take on Superman. And if you don't recall, Superman can bench press the entire Earth. Okay, so if there's something that could take on something like Superman, I'm going to say that it could take on Wolverine. Now, let's talk about the other suits that could possibly take on. You got the Justice Buster, you got the Final Bat suit, you got the Hell Bat suit. Okay, all these armored suits are capable of defeating gods, defeating characters even from other realms, and it's calculatable enough. So I'm sorry to say, but with all those suits being in his corner, he could use either one of those three suits, put Wolverine down for the count completely without breaking a sweat. I mean, yes, adamantium is a very strong metal. Yes, he has that incredible healing factor. But against a suit that can calculate weaknesses, a suit that can calculate strategical moves, a suit that can go on great levels to take on new gods, yeah, I gotta say, I'm sorry, but Batman having his suit in his corner gives him the upper advantage. Now, to put my final point, let's say he doesn't want to go suit and they go mano a mano. Batman keeping it at a close range and keeping the fight to his fighting style, strategical moves, gives him much more of a slight advantage. As long as he keeps Wolverine at a cool pace and doesn't let him go into berserker mode, he might be able to take him down without necessarily needing the suits. If Wolverine goes into berserker mode, the suits are going to be a requirement. But if this is a mano a mano, he keeps him at a low temp like anger, and just has him go face to face with him fighting style wise. I hate to say it, but Batman, even with the both comparison fighting skills, I gotta say Batman having the knowledge and learning to make his own technique, I think he's just going to be able to put Wolverine in his place. So no matter how way you spin it, I got to say Batman has this in the bag.
Okay. And obviously, you already know I'm going with Marvel's Wolverine. Now, going super briefly into his origin, James Howlett was born, what was it, like 1824, something like that?
Super old.
In somewhere in, I think it was Montreal, Canada?
Yes, he's Canadian.
Somewhere in Canada. I forgot which area exactly. Anyway, he was sick all the time, and one night while he was sick at home, the groundskeeper, I guess, had started an argument with his dad and had killed him. And then, seeing this, it kind of like triggered his mutant abilities, which were his bone claws. He ran towards him, killed him, and then it was implicated. He was told in the movie that he was his son, but then, and then they just went from there. However, in the comic, it was slightly different. It was slightly just hinted at, but they didn't fully come out and say it. Logan then fled, and that is his brief origin. Now, going into his powers and abilities already, I've covered this already. I've told you guys a million times. He has enhanced superhuman strength, speed, durability. He has that acute healing factor as well as animal-like senses. He can hear you coming, he can smell. And we also have that berserker rage, which is going to come into play later on. He has his very famous adamantium-placed skeleton as well as his claws. So going into the end game, Logan may have to make this fight pretty fast. Obviously, I don't think Batman's really going to be able to sneak up on him. I do know he has been able to sneak around Superman and stuff like that. But I don't know. With Logan's combined senses, I
think it's the smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's usually one or the other. If he can't hear you, he smells you coming. It's always something. So he's going to be very tough to sneak up on. And Wolverine has an extremely long life and background. And I think he knows just about every martial art or every type of fighting style that there is as well. So hand to hand, he's going to be, I want to say, somewhat equal to Batman. Also, it's going to be very difficult for Batman to get him in some type of hold and break his limbs. You have to keep that in mind. He has that adamantium skeleton. Can Batman still hurt him? Yeah, he can. But up close, Wolverine just needs to stab. That would be the best case scenario. But obviously, he's going to need to keep the armors off the field. He's going to need to keep them away. And just keep him out in the open where he can find him. That's it. That's all I got for that.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, No Press fam, it's not up to me. It's not up to my boy here. It's up to you guys. So, if you guys like my argument, you know what you can do? You can hashtag Batman. And if you like my boy's argument, what can you do, bro?
Hashtag Wolverine.
And as always, No Press fam, thank you. Happy 2-year anniversary from the No Pressure channel to you guys, No Press fam. We appreciate you guys. Much love. Catch you guys later. Peace.